Is anybody out there? Just not if you can hear me. Is there anyone home? Holy crap. What's up, Victor? What's up, man? How you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Michael Reiska, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you guys. Yeah, just working on stuff tonight, man. Trying to get everything set up for you guys. What's up, David Snyder? How are you, buddy? Like the mods you did on your jet, man. That looked really nice. Yeah, here we go. We got Great Scott, EQ, JCB, Victor again is in the house. How's the Air Boss? Hope everybody's ready for holidays. George Watts, what's up, buddy? How you doing, man? Good to see you. I appreciate all you guys coming in here tonight, man. Just been working on stuff. I was going to try to get some flying in, man. It's like the last 2 Mondays I've wanted to go fly. It's windy every Monday. I mean, it's like I can't even get out there and do anything fun, you know. Had a big lacrosse tournament this past weekend at Duke University, as you guys probably saw. Got to meet some great people. Head coach and his son Matt at Duke University more or less hosted the whole lacrosse tournament for the fellows here in Greenville. We played 6 games back to back, and it was a great time. Really had a lot of fun. Weather was beautiful. Couldn't have asked for a better day. My son had a great time, scored several goals. Actually hyperextended his knee, and it kind of slowed him down a little bit. If any of you ever done that, you know what I'm saying. What's up, Lionel Randall? How are you doing, buddy? Good to see you. But all in all, we had a good time. It was a beautiful day. Duke University is a beautiful, beautiful campus, guys. Here in North Carolina, around Durham, North Carolina. Beautiful place. We played on turf fields. It was great. Had some good times. But yeah, weather was absolutely awesome for December. Couldn't ask for better weather. What's up, Roach Coach? How you doing, man? Good to see you. Thank you for coming here tonight. So, guys, as you can see, I've been working on the Stormtrooper Galaxy's Edge Disney plane a little bit more, doing a little bit along the way, guys. I've got all the lights working properly. Got more of the decals. Everything's on. I'm still working on the nose art. Callie sent me a different, a different set of decals, but again, they're not exactly right. So what I think I'm going to do, guys, is I think I'm going to go in here and hand paint the nose art myself, just because I can, and it's not that hard to do. It's just this. If you look at the lines, they're not that hard. So I'm going to go in and I think I'm going to sketch them out on the nose and around the windshield, and then I'm going to spray paint them myself, airbrush them probably, because it's a fine detail, so I can do that. And she tried, bless her heart, she tried, but they're just not quite right, and that's okay. But I'm going to get it right. I've got to have this nose art looking like a stormtrooper on the front of this airplane. It's got to. But other than that, guys, I mean, I'd say 90% of everything is on here. You guys saw the lights last week on here. I had one light on the tail end, the very tail end of this plane, where it comes to a point. There's a strobe on each side of this plane, guys. And there was a light on the, well, if you're sitting in the airplane, it would be on the left-hand side of the very, very rear end of this airplane. And what's up, Wild Bill? How are you, man? There was a strobe, and it wouldn't work properly. And I know why, because I could look down where the rudder goes, and I could see that it's like a black JST. It wasn't pushed in far enough. And no matter what I took and tried to push down in there to push those connections together better, it was on that tape that has the string in it, the electrical tape. It wasn't moving, guys. So no matter what I did, I couldn't get it to work. So I actually went in and I cut that light out with a blade all the way around, and I pulled it right out. I made an extension for it. I plugged it in better. Everything's working perfectly now. But I had to do a little surgery, but you can't tell where I did it, so I guess it was all good. But man, I couldn't have a plane that looks this good with one light not working. It was driving me insane. But it's all done now and looks really good. I've got all the interior wiring done. It looks very nice. Actually, I've got the CG done to my liking. There is a guy on YouTube, and he shows how to put ailerons and flaperons and spoileron, everything on this airplane, guys, and he really knows what he's doing. And so started watching his stuff, and he actually talks about CG of this airplane. Now, Victor, you know, you've flown this airplane. There's several of you guys that have flown this airplane. This plane is very nose heavy. And then when you go adding paint, rear decals, other things to it, you know, it probably makes it even more tail heavy. So, that being said, I listened to him on his channel, and what he was saying was he moved the CG, right? The CG on this airplane is actually, I'll show you with I'll move the camera around. Right here where my finger is, guys, is where the factory recommended CG is, right? So, according to him, and it's worked out great for me, he moved the factory CG back about an inch, okay? And in doing so, he also added 2 ounces of weight into the very tail end of this plane, which I have done as well. That, you know, being said, now my battery, which I'm flying a 6000 HRB, the battery, rather than being all the way to the back of the canopy, or the hatch as it would be, is now sitting about halfway. And when I balance this airplane, guys, it balances absolutely phenomenal with the gear down. It is just slightly tail heavy. As soon as the gear goes up, it tips to the nose, which is really what I want. So again, the rotation of this airplane should be really good with the CG and the weight distribution of everywhere I've got it. So hopefully, watching his videos and how he takes off this airplane, it flies incredibly well. Let's see what we got in the chat here. Let's see. Scott, let's see. Trying to see who all's in here and make sure I haven't missed anybody. Paul Ballard, good evening. How are you, man? Good to see you. Appreciate you being here. Great Scott, what's up, buddy? Hope you're doing well. And yes, remember Pearl Harbor, guys, all day long. Big day, 80 years ago today. Yeah, big event, guys. And salute and hats off to all of our veterans in this country that have fought and served. Thank you so much. Let's see. I'm just trying to catch up with the chat, guys. What's up, Mr. Jackson, RC Aviation? How are you, buddy? Glad you're doing well. Thank you for being here tonight. JCB 67, how are you? So, yeah, I mean, basically, with the CG where I've got it, which is 1 inch basically after the factory CG, 2 ounces of weight in the tail. This plane is not nose heavy anymore. This is a very nose heavy airplane. So, if you've watched a lot of videos, guys that are landing this airplane with the factory recommended CG, they're landing almost either on 3 or on the nose gear, and it's causing this plane to break in the rear end where it goes together. But that has also got to do with improper reinforcement, because you need more reinforcement in the rear end of this airplane. I myself went with the 2 factory spars and 6 more carbon rods in the back of this airplane, also with epoxy. If this plane breaks, we got a problem. It's definitely not because I didn't reinforce it. And, you know, guys, it's kind of like going back to the A-10, the Freewing A-10. A lot of people were having problems with the A-10. Well, if you move the CG of that airplane back by moving the main board back about an inch to the rear holes, sliding everything backwards, you're shifting the CG about an inch total, which again allows that plane to land more on the mains rather than on all three or either the nose gear, which was causing a lot of people a lot of bouncing effect when they landed that airplane, if you guys remember correctly. I've never had to reverse my gear, my mains around. I've never had to change anything. I did change the nose wheel just because I wanted to do a mod on that. I did that. But other than that, my A10 lands like I can, just beautifully. So, again, CG is everything, guys. And a lot of times if you've got a very nose-heavy airplane, it might CG with the factory recommended CG. Does that mean it's right? No, doesn't mean it's wrong. But at the same time, if you want an airplane that tends to land either on all three or nose heavy, then you're taking a chance on breaking the nose gear, or in this case of this airplane, you're breaking the plane in half. Again, I want to land more on the mains like this rather than this. I want to land like this. Same way I do with my A10. So I'm everything, as I can tell with the way it's balanced, where I've got the battery sitting along about here, which is just about centered of this right here. Everything's balancing perfectly. So hopefully that'll work out. We'll see. Won't be long. We'll be ready to maiden this thing. Let's see. Paul Ballard, wish I had known that before I put mine together. Yeah, Paul. I mean, I'm telling you, man. But if nothing else, Paul, move that CG back about an inch. Take the rudder off of it. Add about 2 ounces of tail weight, which is what I did, as far back as you can get it. And move your battery forward a little bit. And I don't think you'll have a problem if your plane is still salvageable. Yes, David, you are so correct. Most free-wing planes recommend a nose-heavy CG. Yes, they do. And why is that? Because of safety and because of inexperienced pilots. And we all know nose-heavy flies more than once. Tail-heavy normally flies only once. So depends on how skilled of a pilot you are. Some pilots can get it down with a tail-heavy plane, but again, it's a battle, and we all know that. We've all been there. So George Watt says most factory recommendations are very conservative towards nose heavy to protect pilots. Yes, exactly. I usually balance at the very back of their recommended CG, or about a half inch or more behind. Exactly. And that's what I'm talking about with this airplane. I went about an inch aft of the factory CG and added tail weight, and she is not nose heavy anymore. And with the battery now, I have flexibility. I can move that battery back and forth. To begin with, the battery was all the way back. With the factory CG, you had no more room to go back. And with a nose heavy plane, well, if you can't go back anymore, what do you got to do? You got to move something around, or either you got to add tail weight. So exactly what we did. Let's see, Paul Ballard said, I won't remember all that. I'm old and have banged my head. I hear you, man. Sure you can. Go back and look in this chat, man. Read what we're talking about here, man. Because George Watts just nailed it on the head. Very, very true. What's up, Nate? How you doing, buddy? Thank you for coming, man. Yeah, I mean, a lot of planes, guys. I mean, A10's another one. We've had to move everything kind of back. And CG is a recommendation, guys. We all know that. So it's up to us, depending on the battery you're going to fly, to check it. I don't care how many times you check it. If you got to check it 10 times, 15 times with different batteries and different size batteries, do it, and get it right. Balance it right side up, balance it upside down, however you want to do it, man. Get it right. Great Scott said, I go back to the factory CG, then add weight as needed, front or back. Absolutely. But in this airplane's case, with the factory CG, no added weight in the tail, the battery was all the way back. And it's still very nose heavy. Everybody will tell you that. So you had no room to move the battery back further. So that means you got just a few options, and we all know what that means, hopefully. Let's see. Nate said, I fly my L37 with the battery all the way back to where the strap just catches it, and I like it, and mine has just the 2 rods with Houston. It's been fine. Yeah, and Nate, I get that, man. But again, you're flying off of asphalt and a very experienced pilot, as you are. You're a great pilot. Um, and, again, it's all got to do with skills. I mean, a lot of people could fly the A-10 with the way it was set up. Personally, I didn't want to fight mine, so I moved everything back. I moved the control board back. I moved my batteries back. Didn't have to change the gear around. My A-10 lands like a butterfly with sore feet, as we all say. So it's all about your skill level, and you're a great pilot. Everybody doesn't have your skill set. So therefore, if you can tweak that CG a little bit, it helps. What's up, Mickey? Howdy, Sir Jeff. Popping in before my next lecture. Hope you are doing well. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate your time for being here. Your channel's looking great, Mickey. If you guys haven't checked him out, please do. He was just doing a poll on Facebook. Check out his channel. Mickey's doing some great stuff, putting a turbine in the T45 Goshawk version 2 and looking very nice. And flying the crap out of it, Sir Mickey, I must say, of House BRC. Doing a great job. Yeah, Nate, you are a fortunate man to have the place you got and all the experience with Ray and all the guys around you, man. But you're a great pilot, dude. You fly real airplanes, so you get it too, man. I mean, you understand a lot of things that a lot of people that don't fly real scale planes don't understand. So, that makes a difference too. A buddy of mine that just left my house, he flies Gulfstreams privately for people. He flies his own Cessna, as you do, Nate, and he's a great pilot, and he also flies RC, and he does a great job at that as well. So, it's all, it's what you know, man. All that stuff matters. Your winds, your turbulence, your density, altitude, all that stuff matters, man. And a lot of people that don't fly real scale don't get it. Thanks, Sir Jeff of Castle Custom. You're doing sorry. Please give us feedback. Yes, please give Mickey your feedback, guys. He's doing great things over there and love his work. Your editing and everything's looking great, Mickey. I tell you, I love your channel, man. So, guys, definitely check him out. And that is plug here anytime you want to, Mickey. I'm always glad to have you, man. Drop your links. Do whatever you want to do, buddy. It's always welcome here. No problem. Let's see. Improved after understanding. Yeah, I mean, Nate, that's right. I mean, being a real pilot like you are, you're going to get RC probably better than somebody that has never flown real scale airplanes. And that's an awesome thing, man. I go up in my friend's Cessna with him, and he lets me, take the controls, and it just doing RC helps, and do I think I could land it if I had to? Yeah. Wouldn't really want to without all the experience, but I think if something happened to him, I probably could. So yeah, I mean, but if I didn't know how to do RC, I wouldn't know how to do any of it. So, it all helps. So let's see here. Just for sure, have over 100 of your fine folk complete. I hear you, Mickey. Bring it on, brother. Bring it on. Bruce Beamer, how are you, buddy? Good to see you. Thank you for coming tonight. So yeah, if you guys can see up here on top of the box of the almighty Albatross, Hobby King Avios Albatross, that is, the T-34, I got it covered, guys. Look how nice that looks. That looks like a brand new airplane sitting there, guys. The wings are over here, all finished and done, right here in this rack, as you might can see the leading edge of them. And the actual fuselage of the T-34 is right here. Got it all covered. It looks like a brand new airplane. So now, what's up, Paul McNeil? How are you, buddy? Thank you for coming. So basically, what we're doing to the T-34 now, that is a world model, guys, and it's about 12 years old. But it flies incredibly well. If any of you know or have ever flown world models, it is a great flying airplane. So when the old covering started coming off, my friend asked me, you think you could redo it? I said, well, yeah, I'll give it a shot. I'd never done it before. So we are using Ultra Coat. I've done every bit of it, stripped it down to the bare balsa, and recovered it. And let me just say, guys, it has been a wonderful, fun project. I've had a great time doing it. I love covering airplanes now. I found a new love. And so I got to say, it looks like a brand new airplane. You can see it sitting right there. And it's going to be in the Navy scheme. My wife is going to make the decals for it. It's going to look really good. It's going to look like the Motion RC T-34, which was a turboprop. If you guys have ever looked into this airplane, it's a beautiful Navy airplane. And something we're looking for, guys, if anybody might know, Dustin could probably do this for me. I got to get up with him and ask him. Being that this was a turboprop airplane, right here on the cowling of this airplane, right along in here, you have the mufflers that come out for the turbo or the EDF, turbine, whatever you want to call it. If anybody knows somebody that could make 3D print those pieces coming out of here, like the mufflers coming out of this cowl, let me know, because we want to pimp this thing out as hardcore as we can. And it can't be, it was so hard. Actually, I was looking tonight at my King Twin from Avios, from Hobby King, and the mufflers coming off of the cowls on that plane would be just about the perfect size. And if I could get somebody to 3D print me a couple of those mufflers to go on each side of this cowl, I'd love to have them. So, but Dustin Mike could do it for me, but I got to try to find out. Nate said most of the real T-34s are piston powered. True that, yeah. But we want to make this one look like the Motion RC one, which is turboprop. And like I said, we're going to do the stars and bars. We're going to put the word Navy on it. If you go to Motion RC's website and look up the T-34, I think is it a Black Horse model? I think it is. If it's not Black Horse, it's Nexa, but I believe it's Black Horse. But we're going to kind of make the decals and the scheme on it look like this, that Motion RC has, and it's going to look really good once we get all that done. But guys, I'm going to tell you, I'm impressed as crap with myself. Yeah, Nate, it might be the Nexa one. It's Motion RC. We were just looking at it tonight for some ideas. But basically, I'm very impressed with myself for the first plane I've ever stripped down and recovered with Ultra Coat. I'm telling you, man, it looks like it came out of the box. So, guys, don't ever be afraid if you have any old balsa planes where you can get a hold of one and it needs some recovering. Guys, don't be afraid to try it. Get you an iron. I got a large iron and a small iron. Other than that, a razor blade, a really sharp razor blade. It's not hard, guys, and you can make the plane look brand new. Just by stripping off the old covering, sanding it a little bit lightly, wiping it down, and recovering, you'll have a brand new airplane, and you can get it tight as a banjo, because everything on this airplane is as tight as it can be and looks incredible. So now what we're going to do is we are going to put in smart Avion 100 amp ESC, Spectrum, of course. It's got all high-tech servos already in it. And what's up, Snow Valley Park? How are you? Other than that, we're going with the factory. Well, it's not a factory motor. This is the motor that was in it, guys. And this is an Extreme Flight. And let's see if I can tell you what the KV on it. And it really flies this plane great. This is a 4014 T. Was it 570? Yeah. Torque Revolution Extreme Flight. And but that's it. That's an older motor, guys, but it still works great. I've got to get some connectors for this, because somebody has soldered it directly into the ESC, and being that we're changing out the ESC, I need some connectors and I don't have any, so I've got to get those that plug into the 100 amp ESC, so I need to be ordering those as well. Other than that, everything's good. Let's see, for coming too quick on the East Coast, cool airliner. Thank you, Bruce, I appreciate it. And guys, talking about airliners, have you guys seen the new HSD? Was it 747, 737? Man, are you kidding me? I mean, guys, That's a massive airplane. 110-inch wingspan. 24S. I mean, once you put 4 6S packs in there, we're talking 24S, 4 90 millimeter EDFs, 4 100 amp ESCs. You got to have 2 7.4 LiPos, I think, to power all the servos and everything, and all the receiver. Let's see, what else? It's got brakes. Guys, it's massive. I mean, it's a massive airplane, and the plane is what, $3,500, and then shipping is $500, and then your batteries. You're looking at excess of $4,000, guys. Now, okay, so let's talk about what you guys are thinking. I've been reading all day on Facebook and the forums and this and that on this airliner. I'm not taking anything away from the price of it, per se, because we all know what 4 EDFs would cost. We all know what 4 ESCs would cost. We all know what gear and brakes would cost. We all know what lights. Some guys have said, yeah, but it's a foam jet. Well, guys, yeah, it is, but it's a nice foam. I don't know. It's out of my price range. I will say it is out of my price range, but I don't take anything away from it. What's up, Deuces? How are you, buddy? Thank you so much for being here tonight, man. Hope you're doing well. And yeah, David, you're right. It's as big as the OV-10. And if you've got the money to throw at it, by all means, I think it's worth every penny. I take nothing from it, guys, because we all know this airplane right here is $600. And by the time, you do some things to it or whatever, you can mod it, you could do whatever. You could have 800 in it, okay? Well, the HSD is bigger. You're talking 4 EDFs versus 2, and these are only 70s. You're talking 4 90 millimeters, 100 amp ESCs. Again, lights, brakes on the retracts. Just the overall quality of the airplane is an HSD. Now, the biggest thing I've been seeing from some guys that have been saying, are you going to be able to get parts for it? That's a big deal. That's a lot of money to put into an airplane if you can't get parts. When I was looking at the Cessna, HSD Cessna, that was a big deal for me, and that was a deal breaker because they didn't have parts on the internet site, and that worried me. So I didn't ever order it. I think it was a great airplane. I think the price on it was incredible. I'd have bought it all day long, but the parts list did not impress me. Let's see. Yeah, David says it just costs as much. Yeah, it does. But David, if I'm not mistaken, your OV-10, isn't it composite? Whereas the HSD airliner is foam. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I thought the OV-10 was composite. Yeah, I did see that RC Roland, and I'm not going to be riding one, so that doesn't really, I'm not going to be putting a small child or anything on it. If phone parts were really available just in case something. Well, that's just it. Tim, dude, man, thanks, buddy. That is so kind of you, man. I thank you so much. Words can't express it, man. Thank you. Merry Christmas. That touches me, man. I appreciate that so very much. Guys, I don't know. I mean, I think it's a beautiful airliner. But I think this is a beautiful airliner for the price. This is more in my wheelhouse. I would love that if somebody said, "Hey, take the HSD, fly it, try it." I would take it in a minute, and I would fly it. I would love it. I'd paint a scheme on it. I'd paint it any way you want it. I'd make it look amazing as hell. Okay. I just don't have $4,000 that I could throw at an airliner that, I don't know. Yeah, period. It don't matter if it's foam, composite, fiberglass. It wouldn't matter. I personally don't have fourth. I would never enjoy it because I would be so scared to death of crashing it and tearing it all to pieces. And then if you can't get parts for it, then we got a big problem. And guys, we all know things can happen. Anything can have a mishap, whether it be pilot area, electronics, plane era. I don't know, but things happen. Michael Reiska said, Deuces, yes, the electronics are expensive. It would be nice to know could get cheaper foam parts and still keep the electronics in case you need them. That is very true. But again, I don't know if Andy at HSD has got parts availability for that jet, because that is a big jet and a lot of money if you can't get parts for it, guys, and that's all I'm saying. And, let's face it, right now, I don't know if something happened to this one on a maiden flight. I could get parts for this because of the way shipping and everything is right now. Who knows, man? But there are also a lot of things you can cross-reference and possibly get it fixed, or you can make it yourself. Mickey says, I don't mind spending the money on a foam plane like Aerofoam and HSD, etc. The 747, though, for me, is probably not my plane, not my niche. If it was a Valkyrie or a Vulcan bomber, yeah, totally, 747 is not for me. Yeah, I mean, I get it. It's, again, it all depends on if it's a thrill factor for you. Now, personally, me, versus a 747, if it were more of a Gulfstream or a Citation, I might have a harder time saying no, okay? But I would also probably stand back and wait for a while and watch a few guys fly it. I'd like to hear the reviews. I'd like to hear what people's thoughts are. And again, it goes back to parts availability. I'd like to see what that is, because that's, at the end of the day, I don't mind spending the money if I want something bad enough, but it's got to thrill me, like Mickey just said. It's got to be my niche. And also, the parts availability, because we all have dumb thumbs and we all monk up. So, Deuces Wild said, I've used servos from crash planes and repurposed them as well. Hey, haven't we all, buddy? Yes, we have. Anytime I have a problem with an airplane or tear it up, I strip it down to every screw, every damn... Look, even if the servo's bad, I cut the cord off of it and save the damn servo lead. Okay, that's how bad I'm that frugal. I save everything. I have more crap than you can shake a stick at. George Watt said, if it was a bomber that size, I'd be more likely to buy one. I do commend them for putting out such a large plane. Always happy to see the manufacturers do something outside. Absolutely, George. And I take nothing from it. And it's a beautiful airplane. I'd take nothing from it. Again, though, for me, it's a little out of my price range for what it is. Especially when this plane right here is what, $599, and it comes other than a receiver and a battery, and it's just this is about an 80-inch wingspan. The other one's 110. I mean, I get it. It's a little bit bigger, not a whole lot, a little bit. Roach Coach said, Jeff, it's good to hear. I'm not here I'm not by myself there. Yeah, Roach. I mean, I'm gonna call it like it is, man. I mean, I love HSD. I think they make a phenomenal product. And again, I wouldn't turn one down. Don't get me wrong. I'd fly the snot out of it. But at the same time, I'm not going to drop my money on it when I'd rather have something for that kind of money different. But I get it. It's all of that's what makes this hobby so great, guys. There's something out there for everybody. I mean, a lot of guys will go drop $6,000, $7,000, $10,000 on a BVM jet. And if that's your damn jam and that toots your whistle, by all means, go buy it, have fun, rip it up. I don't know that I could fly a $5,000 to $10,000 jet, because I think my damn nerves would be shot. I would need a Valium every time I flew it, because I think I would stress out that if something happened to it, I would just lose it. And that's just me. I don't know. I'd rather have several airplanes than one very expensive airplane. But that's me. I get there's other people that feel differently, and I understand that. And that's all great. That's why this hobby is so awesome. There's something for everybody. And Matt M said, I'll just get 4 different 90 millimeters. Yeah, I mean, true, Matt. You could get 4 different jets, 4 different, jets, and still not have that kind of money tied up into it. Like I said, some guys said, well, I mean, I can buy me several F-14s. I can buy an A-10. I can buy, yeah, that's right. All depends on, how you swinging. I mean, depends on what your budget allows. Paul Ballard said, I have a free wing 1600 B-17. That's a beater. I'm going to make that old beast into an assembly ship. I hear you, man. David Snyder said, with all the paint work, just AL-37, we need a Yeah, no doubt, man. And look, anytime you go putting time into these planes, man, it does make the pucker factor go up, guys. We all know that. If any of you guys mod your planes or paint your planes, it takes it to a different level when you fly. It's like I've got some guys in our field, they don't even put decals on their planes until they made them. And because they're like, why do it if something happens on the maiden? I'm like, well, here's my theory. It's going to fly and look damn good one time at least. And hopefully thereafter it'll look good. But the first time it flies, it's going to look damn good one way or the other. That's just my theory. Let's see. Mickey says, we have pilots in my field that have thrown 45,000. Yeah, I mean, and Mickey, yeah, man, if you got the coin and can do that, I've seen commercial jets that are $100,000, man. I mean, look at Ramey RC. You guys know Ramey RC. Look at the stuff he does, man. I mean, between the Citation and the commercial airliners. I mean, my friend RC Demon Driver. Look at the planes these guys build. They ain't cheap. I don't have that kind of money to put into an airplane. I don't take anything away from you if you do. I'll come watch you fly it. I'll be your biggest damn cheerleader. I'll even film you and put it on YouTube for you. But I'll be the first one to have balls enough to say I don't have that kind of money to put into an RC airplane, period. It's just like for me, I really wanted the HSD F-86. I think it was $1,600. And I never pulled the trigger on it because there just wasn't enough information on it. I heard parts were hard to get. I heard they were having a couple of issues with it. And so I'd spend $1,600 all day long on something I want. But if I don't feel good about it, I'm not going to do it. And that's just me. I got to do my research first. David Snyder said, I buy them to fly them. We can't be in the hobby and worry about that. Yeah, you're right. But, David, I've also got a budget that if I do crash it, I don't like it, but I can go home and feel okay about it. That's just like going to Vegas. You can say, well, I'm going to go to Vegas with $10,000. If I lose 10 grand, I can afford to lose it, and I'm not going to cry about it. But some people go to Vegas with 10 grand to their name, and they blow it, and they ain't got a damn pot to piss in, and they lose everything they got in Vegas. So, that's just, I don't know, my thoughts. I don't put any more into something that I'm willing to lose and feel good about. Deuces Wild said, I believe it's better to stay within your budget or comfort level. It is a good thing. Hobby offers many levels to fit. Exactly, Deuces, and that's what I'm saying. There's something in this hobby for everybody. I mean, some people would say $4,500 for a 747 is chump change compared to $47,000 for that same airplane in composite with real turbines. I mean, because a plane that size with real turbines, you'd have $10,000 just in turbines. So, I don't have that kind of budget. not that I'm going to spend on airplanes. I'll spend it on other things if I want it, but I'm not going to spend it on an airplane. Hey, I'm having just as much fun with my airplanes as the guy over here that's flying a $50,000 jet. And if I crash mine, I'm going home and going, well, I don't feel good about it, but I'm going to live. He might go home and cry about it. I don't know. But then again, if he's flying a $50,000 jet, $50,000 to him might be like $5 to me. I don't know, you know. What's up, Killer Planes? There's my buddy. How are you, man? I'm so glad you're in here. I have missed you. Thank you for coming. That's my good buddy, guys. And, man, let's see what he said, the plane. Yeah, this is what I drove home, man. This is it right here. Guys, you all know Killer Planes. My buddy is the world's best for reinforcing airplanes, man. Check out his video channel on YouTube. Give him a thumbs up. Tell him Jeff told you to come by, man. He's my buddy. Him and the lovely Miss Beautiful Denise. You guys, he's been around forever, man. You all know who he is. But thank you so much for being here tonight, man. That means a lot to me. It really does. I need to get you back on the show. We need to talk about what you've been doing lately. I know you've had a lot going on, too. Tim Toutant, thank you for coming by. Thank you so much for that awesome donation to the channel, Tim. I appreciate it, buddy. Love you, man. Have a great night and hope to see you next week right here. Same time, same bat channel. Let's see. Yes, Steve and Denise. Everybody knows Mr. Steve and the lovely Miss Denise. Everybody. Let's see. What's up, Brendan? How are you, buddy? So sorry for your loss, man. I know you're missing that puppy. My Dobermans, Thursday will be 1 year for me, man, and it's like every day, buddy. And we all love our furry friends, and I've thought about you a lot, man, especially with my 1 year anniversary coming up, buddy, and it doesn't get any easier. Like I told you, I miss him every day. I hear his toenails on the floor every day. So prayers out for you, buddy. It's the love that you never replace. And my other buddy's laying right over here on the floor right now, and I wouldn't take nothing for him, but we love them all differently, man, you know. So, but your last video you did in memory was beautiful. I loved it. I'm an animal lover. Me and my wife both. We've had Yorkies before as well. We had 3 at one time. They're wonderful dogs. So I feel your pain, man. Love you, and I'm sorry for that, man. Let's see. I love my T45. Shaking every time. Yeah, man. That's right, Mickey. You know all about the shakedown, man. Putting a skeleton in your airplane. You guys are crazy, man. I'm telling you. Mickey's killing it with that T45, doing a great job. I love that T45, man. It's really sweet. Sounds good, and you're flying the mud out of it. My T45's hanging right up here. It's one of my favorite planes, too, man. And mine is actually flying on 8S, which I like. Nate said, transfer the wiggle to the knees. Yeah, definitely. Definitely. Show the rest of the AL. Okay, just for you, Brendan, I will do it, man. It's not done. I don't have the nose art on it yet. But, buddy, I'm going to tell you, I've watched all your stuff. The gator you did was beautiful. This is the back end of it. I'll pan around real slow for you here so you can soak it all in. Cali Graphics, of course, as you well know, sent me a lot of this stuff, and I've still got some things to do. I've got to do 2 more coats of gloss poly on this beautiful plane. I did put the spot floodlights in the elevator shining up on the Stormtrooper, which looks really, really wicked. No, I have not flown it yet. I've got my CG correct. I got everything pretty much set like I want it there. I did add 2 ounces of tail weight and moved the CG back 1 inch aft to get so it wasn't so nose heavy, and I moved my battery slightly forward, so now I've got room to, wiggle my battery around a little bit if I wanted to. And that was after watching Syn, SYNRC, and how he did everything and set his up as well. Let's see, Mickey said, get yourself an X45 jet. Yeah, Mickey, right. Look, man, I like my T45 on 8S. I can't complain. Hey, Brendan, thank you so much, man. And I am very proud of it. But I can honestly tell you, I've promoted you numerous times in doing this airplane, especially where the paint is. I've promoted talking about the, where's it at? Right here, man. This is all you, buddy, right here. Baby powder and tape. Excellent idea, man. Works out great, guys. If you haven't tried it, you got to try it. That was an awesome idea. Also, I changed the nacelles. I don't know if you can see that or not, Brendan. Back here, I cut off the pieces that went here, and this is actually a spray paint lid that I cut in half, painted silver, and put on the back of the nacelle. Like it much better. Looks more scale like the die-cast model of this plane that I have. So yeah, I've used a lot of your techniques. Also the HVAC tape along all of the leading edges. Got that looking really good. And I used the dollar store cutter that you recommended. This thing works great, guys. If you need to cut vinyl, if you need to cut tape, if you need to cut anything, these little $1 deals right here at Dollar Store, Dollar Tree, whatever. These are incredible, guys. These are awesome. Okay, so Steve, Killer Planes. If you're going to paint an airplane, this was Brendan's video. You can go to his channel and watch this, but this is incredible. Let's say, like, where I've got the black, right here, okay? I painted the plane white first. It came white, but I painted it white again. But if you're going to paint this black, a lot of times when you put tape on these airplanes, even though you use low-tack tape, such as this purple tape, it still wants to peel the paint off. So, if you'll rub baby powder on this airplane everywhere, then put your tape down, not only does the tape release without peeling paint, but you'll get crisper lines with no bleed because the baby powder absorbs. And so when you peel your tape off, it comes off without no paint peel, and you get crisp, nice lines. And that is basically that is a just plain crazy tip right here for Killer Planes, man. I'm just telling you. So, but definitely go to Brendan's YouTube channel, Steve, and check out. He's got a full video on using baby powder and tape on his channel, and it is an amazing tip. It's made my life 10 times easier with painting these airplanes and not peeling paint. So definitely watch that, and you'll love it. Hey, Steve, I'm telling you, we all love new tips. And, you know, watching Brendan paint, well, I think he's painted 3 of these planes now, between his, the Jurassic Park, and the Gators, Florida Gator scheme. He has painted 3 beautiful airliners. And every time he comes out with new tips. And the one with the baby powder and the tape is just like, I mean, it's like the mother lode of all painting tips, man, for this whole foam airplane painting stuff. It works great and doesn't hurt a thing, and your tape releases without peeling your paint. So, and Brendan just said he's got number 4 in the works. Well, what's the scheme on this one going to be, man? Can you tell us? But yeah, Steve, I'm telling you, man, a lot of these guys in here, we're always helping each other out, coming up with good ideas. Brendan, if you haven't gone to TCAT RC Creations, now I'll show you something else that I did on this one that you will love for your AL37s. If you will notice the wheel covers that he 3D printed for me, man, these are the exterior wheels. Once, you know, when the gear goes up, this is what you will see. And then this one back here is the interior wheel. Also, I put graphite on mine, which takes away the sound and makes them spin well. But TCAT RC Creation, he prints the set of 4 of these for $20 plus shipping. And I'm telling you guys, I've got them for, look at all these. I've got them for all of my jets now. I've got them for the F-14, I've got them for the MiG-29. I've got them for the L-39. And I think there's one, but I mean, he sent me all these guys. 3D printed wheel covers. You gotta love it, and they're awesome, and they really, really look scale. And basically, all you do is paint the wheel behind the wheel cover, and then foam tack the wheel cover to the rim. That's it, guys. It's that simple, and it looks amazing, and it gives a super scale look. So, Brendan, if you haven't done these on your airliners, check out TCAT RC Creations. Hit him up on Instagram and tell him I told you to come by. And I'm sure he'll probably send you some of these as well, man, because as many of these airliners as you're doing, you'll love them. And they look so much more scale than the factory wheels on these airplanes. And then, you know, guys, I did the L-39, the Flying Dragon scheme for my buddy down in Florida. And I've got to get his T-28, which is sitting, you see the tail of it right here. I've got all the decals pulled off of it. Getting ready to get that one painted up too. For him as well. So, hey, we all learning from each other, man. That's what makes this hobby so much fun. And, you know, Brendan's always got good tips on these ALs. Guys, check out his videos. He's done some serious mods that I'm actually going to do to this one as well. And, yeah, it just makes it all easier and makes all our lives easier and good experimenting. And just finding things that help us all out in what we're doing. So keep up the good work and keep putting those tips out in those great videos, man, because we love watching them. Let's see here. Wheel covers are great for me. I've got a name from Tommy. It was about 5. Yeah, I love the wheel covers, man. They just add so much more scale to these airplanes. Has anyone done a Lion Air or Ethiopian Airline scheme on the AL-37? I haven't seen it, Mickey, and I'll tell you what would look good. There's a new airline around here called Breeze, B-R-E-E-Z-E. It's blue, silver, and white. It is a really pretty airplane. I think this airplane will be beautiful done with the new Breeze airline scheme. They're a new company. They were actually on the news tonight. I was watching that on Fox News, and they were talking about the new airline Breeze. It's just cool. I think it will look nice, and somebody could really do that one and really work it out good. Let's see. EQRC on one side will be Infinity War on the other side. Oh, that'll be cool, Brendan. That's awesome, man. That'll be great. Can't wait to see that one. Yes, I love it. I'm telling you, man, and you know the black Star Wars plane. I'd like to see somebody do one in R2D2. That is cool. I think the one that's white with the R2D2 nose and everything looks really cool. That would be a beautiful airliner to do as well. And you know, Brendan, March Madness. I think James said Friday that they're going to have a separate category for the AL-37 this year. So that's going to be nice. So you know this one's definitely going to be in there, and I know yours will, and the ones you've done as well. Matter of fact, I saw your guy that you did the Gator scheme for talking to someone on Facebook today about getting a maiden done on his. He was talking about it, and he said that you had done it for him. He said a guy in Pennsylvania did it for him. So yeah, that turned out awesome, and I love the Gator in the cockpit, man. That looked really good. Oh, what's up, Gary? How are you, man? Good to see you here tonight. I just got here. Well, hey, buddy. Always glad to have you, man. Always glad to have anybody, anytime. And like I said, we got Mr. Brendan McCormick in here, guys, just plain crazy. If you haven't checked out his channel, please do. He's always got a lot of great tips going on. Always coming up with some good ideas on balsa planes, builds, motors, ESCs. I mean, man, he's got it all going on, guys. That Gator was one for RCPilot.com. Owner is Michael Kranzit, and he is from Denver. Yes, and he was the one that was on Facebook today talking to somebody about getting the maiden done on that plane. And it looks so good, man. That was a great job. So yeah. But yeah, I've got to get the Albatross. I've got to get it unboxed again. Been waiting on good weather, guys. Like I said, it's been really windy here. We've had some warm weather, but it's been a lot of wind because of the weather trying to transition from hot to cold. And basically, we had 70s here Saturday through today, but it's been windy because the weather's trying to make up its mind. Now, tomorrow is supposed to be rainy and cooler, but again, by Friday, we're supposed to be 74 degrees here in North Carolina, and then cooler again. But I'll take it for December, man. I love warm weather. I hate being cold. So, you know, and I know you guys, a lot of you guys got to deal with it, and it is what it is. But yes, this Albatross right here from Avios and Hobby King is an amazing buy, excellent purchase. It flies incredibly well off of water, grass, and snow, guys. So if you live somewhere where you got a lot of snow, this is a great plane for you right here. Or if you've got water in your backyard, even a frozen pond, this thing is amazing. I fly it off of grass a lot at our field. In my version 1, it takes off incredibly well on grass with no problem. I take the water rudder off of it. It's a real simple removal, and just put it in a little Ziploc bag. And that way you're not dragging it or hitting it on anything. See you, Brendan. Thank you for coming, buddy. I appreciate it so much. Have a great night. But this airplane, guys, for the money is incredible and flies amazingly well. I fly mine on a 4004S pack. I'm getting about 6.5 minutes out of it. And that's flying it pretty damn good. Doing a few rolls here and there, even though it's not scale, but it still does it well. I fly it in high rates. Normally take off with takeoff flaps, and depending if there's no wind, I land it with flaps. If there's wind, no flaps. Great flying airplane, man. And yeah, Paul, you will love this airplane on snow. It is amazing. You can also put differential thrust in it. It also has reversing. So if you want to back up on water, you can do that as well. So yeah, like I said, guys, that plane, the Avios Albatross from Hobby King, they are in stock last I checked. And for the money, I'm telling you guys, lights, incredible scheme. You don't got to do anything to it. You've got 2 motors, 2 ESCs. All you got to do is put a receiver and a battery. It's a great deal, guys, and I'm just telling you, you won't beat it anywhere, and it's over 1,600 millimeters. It's a big airplane. Hobby King and Avios knocked it out of the park on that one. My version 1 is one of my favorite go-to flying airplanes for all year round on land, water, or whatever. I'm telling you, you won't go wrong with it. So just an honest plug, I'm going to tell you like it is. And I love my version 1. It's in my trailer right now outside, and is one of my go-to airplanes. So Deuces Wild said, I need to get some night flight videos. I've been converting some of night flyers with LED. Yeah, man. I mean, you know, it's great, especially if you got a good full moon, man. Especially you can see your lights and your plane on a good full moon. That's awesome. Did you guys notice the moon last night? The way it was sitting kind of cocked like this, you know, and then it had like the planet over top of it. I mean, I don't know if any of you saw it, but I did. It was absolutely beautiful. I mean, there was a little bit of like a haze in front of it. My wife actually asked me if I saw that. I said, yeah, it was beautiful. And yes, there's a new yak. There's 2 yaks from Hobby King. There is a racer, and there is a camo scheme. Both of them are incredible. I hope to be getting one of those soon. I told Stuart the other day I wasn't picky, so send me whichever one you want to. So I'm hoping that one's coming as well, and I'll be able to do you a flight review on that one. I know John VHRC, he got one in, and I think he got the camo scheme, and that is a beautiful plane, guys. It's big. It's probably as big as the Corsair or the Spitfire, and they fly off of 6S. And the Racer, the red one, actually has a faster motor and flies a little bit faster than the military version of that plane. Both are awesome, so definitely check those out as well. And that popped up today on Facebook. that they are out and in stock. So hopefully I'll be getting mine soon, and I can give you a little more insight on what we're seeing here. Let's see. Is that? No, it is actually. I don't believe it's a Reno Racer. They are making two more Reno Racers in the Galloping Ghost edition, but they're not as big. They're only like this wide wingspan, or maybe this wide. But the two Yaks they've just come out with are over 1,600 millimeter, I believe. Like I said, they're as big as the Spitfire and the Corsair by Flightline. Yeah, let's see. Hobby King wants to change me shipping for the Yak. No. Really, Paul? I didn't know that, man. I didn't know they were charging for shipping. Is that from here in the United States? Because I know I think their U.S. warehouse is in Oregon, isn't it? If I'm not mistaken. That's where my Albatross came out of, I believe, is Oregon. Which, I mean, look, when HSD's wanting to charge $500 shipping on that new airliner, man, everything's crazy right now. Hell, somebody gave me some stickers today that said I did that, and it was Biden pointing. They said put them on things. Okay. All right, Mickey. Thank you so much, man. I appreciate you coming by. Yeah, AL37 is coming along, man. Won't be long, and yes, you will see the maiden video before too long. They shouldn't be charging shipping if they are trying to trick as many people as they can. Yeah, no, they shouldn't be. I didn't think they charged for shipping, man. I could ask Stuart about that and find out. Good to know, man. Yes, there is a U.S. warehouse here in the U.S., Deuces. I believe it's in Oregon. I think this is where this Albatross right here came out of, if I'm not mistaken. I think it came out of Oregon. I'd have to look on the box. But I want to say the other day when I got the FedEx notification, that's where it was coming from. Yeah, I've heard that too, Nate. I hope I know what it is, but we'll see. Yeah, Paul, I've seen those stickers on gas pumps too, but my client gave me some today and said, here, put these on things. I'm like going, my damn luck, I'd get caught for defacing property. Okay, so Hobby King is free over $200. And yeah, so they are out of Oregon. That's what I thought. Okay. Well, and those Yaks are over 200, I would suppose. I didn't ask Stuart what the price on them was, because they're big airplanes. If they're flying on 6S, I know they're over $200. So yeah, that should have been free. It should definitely be free shipping. Per their weight, specs, and price for free shipping, I got them by the balls. I'm ordering it from the U.S. warehouse. I didn't pay shipping for the Albatross. Yeah, well, that's good. That's good. There's buying stickers all over gas stations around my area in Cali. Yeah, I bet they are, man. Yeah, the Yak is $3.99, so yeah, it should definitely be free shipping. Yeah, and it's a big airplane, guys, I'm telling you. Look at John VHRC. He just posted stuff today. I think he did an unboxing and a possible build. It's a good-looking airplane, man. I'm telling you. Stuart, we were talking the other day on Skype, and we'll have Stuart back on the show right here shortly. And both of those Yaks are super nice looking. Scale on them is awesome. Freaking $4.91 for premium. I bought gas last night in North Carolina here, Nate, for $2.85. Just saying, man. I bet Callie wants Newsom out. Yeah, no shit. Oh, man. Yeah, Patrick's always put out good stuff, man. Love the brothers. Okay, so it's 1400. I thought it was bigger than that, EQ. Looking at the videos that Stuart showed me on Skype, I thought it was bigger than 1400. But I may be wrong. I'd have to look up the specs on it. Oh, believe me, I've done the freaking dance before. I always do every time I order. I will be $5. Where are you at, Paul? I mean, where exactly? What state are you in? All right, Nate. Oh, Lord. It might be your next vice president. Robert and Blas are always entertaining. Yes, they are. Salute. Click that damn button. Oh, man. Yeah, Robert and Blas have been doing some. They did a good video on the Albatross as well. He flew that very well. The first one, the version 1, he stuck that one in the ground. It's 1450 millimeter. Okay, there you go, Gary. Appreciate it, buddy. Mid-grade here in Colorado. Yeah, I mean, deuces, that ain't bad. I mean, considering that I paid $285 for unleaded, I mean, you know, that ain't terribly bad. Yeah, Lionel, that's what I'm saying. 1450 milliliter. I just went to the order yak, and the shipping is free in the U.S. That's why I was saying, Paul, where are you at, man? They're trying to charge you shipping. Yeah, Ron, the Albatross right up here over my shoulder, right here is awesome, man. And yes, it is a big bird. It's sweet. $255. That's a great price, man. Hey, there we go. I want an Albatross. Oh, you'll love the Albatross, no doubt. Yeah, I go to Sam's. I buy my gas at Sam's. Not only do I get it at, it's $2.85 yesterday, but then I get 5% back on my credit card, so that saves me too. So I can't complain with that. Reckham Roy, what's up, buddy? He said he just paid $3.89 for unleaded. Okay, all right. Lyndon Stewart. Greetings, Jeff's Custom RC from Georgetown, Guyana. All right, man. South America. What's up? Salute to you, buddy. Thank you for being here, man. Hope you're doing well. Killer Planes. Out. Our gas is $1. Wait. Come on, Steve. Come on now. I don't believe that one, $1.24. Shit. I'll take some of that. Let's see. I know they fuck me with every time. I hear you, Paul. Bless your heart, man. I get a free Slurpee with a fill up. Damn, Michael. A free Slurpee. Oh, Wild Bill, $3.40 at Costco. Yeah, that's kind of steep, man. Like I said, I was happy to get it for $2.85 last night. I can't complain with that. The entire time that we've had a new president, our gas here in North Carolina, where I'm at in Greenville, has fluctuated from around $2.75 to, I've seen it as high as $3.29. But it's some stations. Some stations will be $3.29, some stations will be $3.09. So, like last night, I paid $2.85 at one station, and you drive across town, 15 minutes across town, and it was 20 cents higher, which I think is totally stupid. I don't understand the whole deal with that. 307 diesel is $3.49. Okay. I try not to look. Yeah, right. No doubt. No doubt. So, guys, how about damn, Alzheimer's just kicked in. I had a thought and it went like some damn moths in a closet. No, seriously. How about Yellowstone Sunday night, guys? Do you not love Beth? I mean, who tell somebody to get a test for chlamydia, you damn hippie. I mean, or either I hope you die of ass cancer. I mean, really, if you don't love Beth, there's something wrong. I'm telling you guys, if you haven't watched Yellowstone, you need to do yourself a favor, and you need to watch this series. We're on season 3 now. It is amazing. It's just a great show, and the scenery is beautiful. It's filmed out, of course, in Yellowstone, hence the name. But I'm telling you guys, it is one of the best shows on TV, I think, anyway. It can be graphic at times, don't get me wrong. But $700 a gallon? Holy shit, brother. $700 a gallon? Come on, Lyndon. Damn, buddy, what do you drive, a moped? That's hard to believe. $700 a gallon. See, guys, how fortunate we are? Wow. Gosh. But anyway, getting back to Yellowstone. If you guys haven't watched it, you need to watch it, because not only is it a great show, great series, but Beth is just like one of the baddest ass chicks you'll ever meet, and she puts it into perspective for you fellas. I'm just telling you. She's scary. She'll scare you. But you gotta love her though. She keeps it real at the same time. But yeah, this past Sunday night was really good. So if you haven't seen it, I won't spoil it for you. But you need to get caught up, because it really Sunday night was really good, especially with Rip and all the guys, Walker and Lloyd and everything going on with all of them. Lyndon Stewart said, our dollar is 200 to the American dollar. Wow. Holy crap, man. Dude, that is crazy. So $200 to every American dollar. Jiminy cricket. So does your salary reflect that? So in other words, if you make, $20 an hour here, are you making $4,000 an hour there? I mean, just curious. I mean, I don't know. I mean, good God. I mean, seems like you would have to. So $700 Guyana dollar equals $3.33 US dollar. Okay, well, gosh. Let's put it in a different perspective, though, man. That scared the hell out of you. I mean, so in your paycheck, instead of making $20 an hour, like I said, do you make, $400 an hour? Just saying. I don't know. How much is dinner out? Yeah, no doubt, Steve. Exactly. How much is dinner out? Good question. About 10 grand ought to cover you, Steve, I think. Might want to bring a friend with a wallet just in case. Oh, shit. Oh, my God. That is too crazy, man. Crazy. And we think we got it bad. I'd be riding a bicycle if I lived in Guyana. Yeah, no doubt. Oh. Just look at the exchange rate. Yeah, man. Good God. That's crazy. Like I said, but does everything else reflect that price? I am a donkey. Yeah, get you an ass. Maybe I'll sell the body in Guyana. Oh, shit, please. No kidding, exactly. You guys are crazy. Oh, man. All right, so fellas, look here. It's almost 10 o'clock. Having a great time. Let's see. Lyndon Stewart said, yes, Jeff's Custom RC people work for $400 to $500 per hour. Well, damn. There you go, fellas. So, there you go. Okay, so if you're making $400 or $500 an hour, you're not feeling so bad if you're paying $300 for a gallon, $700 for a gallon of gas, I guess, right? Just saying. So if you work for $500 an hour, 8-hour day, well, shit, you made what? $4,000. Yeah, I mean, wow, that's a trip, man. It's amazing how currencies work, isn't it? Gosh. 1.5 hours working by a gallon of gas. Yeah, no kidding. So look, fellas, I'm going to get out of here and let you guys have at it. I appreciate every one of y'all for being here tonight and hanging out with me. Like I said, still getting it done on the AL37. It's coming around. Hopefully we'll get to Maidener soon. Won't be long. I got to get the nose art done and 2 more coats of clear gloss poly. And other than that, guys, the interior is wired. Everything's ready. I've got the T34 right here all recovered. Now it's just getting the electronics in it and getting it flown again with my friend. Get the Albatross right here back out of the box and maiden and unboxing video put together. And then we've got the Carbon T28 that we are in the midst of stripping down, getting repainted, and a new scheme put on it in the blue and white scheme, in the navy scheme. It's going to look awesome. So thank you for coming in tonight, Deuces. Appreciate you, buddy. Thank you to all of you guys for being here and supporting my channel. Nothing special, just hanging out, having fun with you guys and showing you what I'm working on, man. Always having fun and just keeping it real. And and we didn't even talk about the new E-flite F-14, guys. I forgot to mention that. I think we might have covered it a little bit last week. I think I did. But, again, I don't know. Not my thing. I think it's overpriced. I think it's cool. Take nothing from it. I think it's overpriced for a plane with no ailerons, no rudder. But now the real F-14 does not have ailerons either. But I don't like the gear on it. They look too spindly. Just my thought. But I think it's a cool concept if it's what you want. And you got a park you want to fly in. Decent size for that. So it just matter what you want to spend your money on, guys. There's something out there for everybody. Like I said, you can spend from $300 up to $100,000, guys. The sky's the limit. So it's a matter of what you like, what you want to spend your money for, and how much you want to put in this great hobby that we all do and we all love. So, yeah, that's right, Paul. Peace and axle grease. So, guys, I just appreciate y'all being here. And we will definitely be back next Tuesday night, same time, same channel, right here, Flight Club, Jeff's Custom RC. Thank you guys so much for being here, and we're getting the AL37 almost done, guys. Stick around, and hopefully it'll be soon. Take care and have a great week. I'm Jeff, and we're out of here.